I remember when I used to be so ADHD with training. I would spend all my time watching these fitness influencers, watching these fitness videos. What's the most optimal method? Should I do PPL? Should I do bro split? Should I do upper lower? I was doing all of this when I looked like this. When I was still skinny, when hadn't made any progress. Really, all I needed to do was go to the gym. I think this is a couple of the ways that watching too much of this fitness content, watching too much of this stuff can really fuck you up. Fitness content is great. It is good. And obviously that's where we all started, right? That's where I started. That's what you're watching right now. Fitness content is great, but it might end up with a lot of ADHD, and it also might start to really affect your mental health. That's what I've noticed within myself and some of the friends around me. Actually, not watching fitness influencers was a really big beneficial part of my fitness journey. That's how I gained over 25 kgs, and I actually started to really enjoy the process. So, the first thing that can fuck you up with watching fitness influencers is a lot of ADHD, being drawn into the wrong direction. Because, if you have a kind of similar brain to me where you're very much an optimizer, you want to think, I want to be the best, I want to be the top, right? And maybe you have a bit of ego as well, I'll admit it, I have a bit of comparative ego where I have a bit of a competitive ego. I want to be the best at everything I do, right? This might fuck you up because you get influenced by fitness influencers who are good in in a couple of different kind of fields. Maybe you see someone at the gym, or even just influencers. You see someone who's super strong. He can deadlift 400 kgs. Then you can see someone who's super into calisthenics who can do a front lever. Then you can see someone who looks jacked as fuck, who looks twice as the size of you, who has, 20-inch biceps or whatever. And you see all these influencers and you think, oh yeah, I should try that, I should train towards that. And this will lead you astray. This is what led me astray. I would think, oh, I should try this. And each time that you try really change up your routine, you change up all of it, you might end up losing a lot of your momentum. That's why when I made the most progress, that was the time when I just turned off my brain. I focused in on the exercises which I myself enjoyed. And obviously I started to perfect the technique in that. If I just worked on bench press for a year, versus if I just did like a million different push-up variations, incline, and then I switched to Smith machine, and then I switched to this machine, this variation. I would make more progress if I just did the bench press, because it would be consistent. I would end up making more consistent progress, more progressive overload. I would, train the muscles better because I've trained that movement hundreds of times. That's the key thing. It's just like switching it up and not being consistent really can fuck you up. Also, it might lead to a lot of burnout as well, because you see all these cool moves and you see these different moves, but then some of them might be less enjoyable to you. So, let's say this shoulder exercise is like 5% more optimal at building your lateral delts, right? And you think that, and you try it, and then it becomes part of your routine, but you don't really like it. Maybe it's annoying to set up. You need to get a bench. It's like, I can't be bothered, right? And you end up skipping it more, right? You might end up skipping it because you don't like the exercise. And it might be 5% more optimal, but if you did a variation you actually enjoyed, a variation that felt good for you, then, you would make more progress because you wouldn't want to skip it, you would enjoy it, and maybe you might even push harder because you enjoyed it. You might push harder and go even further to failure because you enjoyed it. And that's the most optimal for you, right? Honestly, that's why in my kind of routine that I have in the link in the description below, and the kind of routines that I give you, I'll just give you like a couple of routines, and you can just swap out the exercises, but just follow the fucking routine. Just turn off your brain and just follow someone who has more experience than you. Follow someone who literally just has done the work for you, and just follow it, right? And stop thinking so much. You're intellectualizing too much. You're trying to debate this. It's like, it's like trying to debate like whether you should do a PhD or not while you're in high school. It's like, just worry about that later, right? Worry about that when you get to that stage. So don't worry about it now, right? Just focus on something, and just focus on getting really good at one routine, especially when you start to enjoy with some of the exercises that you find enjoyable. The second thing that really fucks you up when you watch a lot of fitness influencers, especially on Instagram, it fucks up your mental health with the comparison. Because I noticed this in myself the other day. Honestly, most days, right? Whenever I open up Instagram, I notice there's negative emotion that happens when I use Instagram. When I see it, I see the comparison. I see, oh, this person's having fun. This person's enjoying something. This person is having dinner. Oh, he has a girlfriend now. Oh yeah, he has this. All these different things that you don't have. They're doing all these things that you don't have. They have all these objects. They have all this cool stuff that you don't have, that you're not doing. And you're comparing yourself to that. And you feel worse about it, right? So, classic example. Oh yeah, that guy has a girlfriend now and you don't. You're single. You're single and lonely. Look how happy they are. You don't know the backstory. You don't know what happened. Maybe they're not even happy as a couple. You don't even know any about that. But all you see is that they look very happy and he has a girlfriend and you don't. And because of that, you feel worse about yourself. So you see that and you are literally self-harming yourself. That's literally feeling worse about yourself just because you saw an image, right? And so you seeing all of these fitness influencers, especially the ones who are on steroids, that will get like crazy pictures, that will achieve physiques that aren't possible for natural lifters, especially for us, right? And you compare your physique to that and you're like, oh man, I look so small, man, I wish I had abs like that. And you might get influenced. You think like, oh, I wish I had abs like that. Oh man, I wish I was strong as that. Man, I wish I was did that, man. Like, all this comparison fucks you up. It fucks up your mental health, right? It really fucks up your mental health, right? Right. Comparison is literally the opposite of happiness, right? It steals away your happiness. And so why is this important? Why does this matter, right? Like, oh, it's just mental health. It's just comparison, right? Because mental health is incredibly important, right? Because I feel like this is a very deep point that I've always thought about, that I've always tried to preach, is that you build this physique. Why did you build this physique in the start? Right? Why did you start to go to the gym? It's because you wanted to feel happy, right? It's part of the reason is because you wanted to feel happy. You wanted to achieve something. You wanted to feel happy because you get the attention of girls, right? You feel happy in your own body, right? And you feel like you've made progress, right? You basically, you comparing yourself to people online is stealing that happiness away. It's basically making you feel like shit. And so now you have a body, but you don't even like it. So what's even the point? So basically you've built this physique, but then you don't enjoy it, you don't appreciate it, you're not grateful for it. And so what's even the point, right? You have something, but it just doesn't affect you. It doesn't positively affect your life if your mental health is shit, right? And especially then, if it doesn't even affect your mental health positively, you'll still be bitter, you'll still be sad, you'll still be really unattractive to people, right? Because nobody wants to be around a sad fuck. Let's be real, right? Nobody wants to be around someone who's just constantly sad. So basically, you've built this physique and then it's led to nothing, right? It's led to nothing. It's because of this comparison. Because of this comparison. The best thing that I really loved about building this physique is not just building the muscle, right? Honestly, the muscle is nice, right? But it's the personal change. It's the personal confidence that you get. It's the ability to like your body even more. It's to be proud of your body. It's to, enjoying showing off, right? I like that. That's the best. Honestly, the mental change is so much more powerful than the physical change. Genuinely, million times more powerful. The confidence, the happiness, the being proud of yourself, right? And so, if you start to watch all of these fitness influencers, you compare yourself to fitness influencers, people who lie about being natty, and you think like, oh man, I wish I was like that. You compare yourself to those, and you fuck up your mental health. There's no advantage to that. So you needlessly compare yourself, but also you're drawn into the wrong directions. You're drawn into doing some ADHD. You think, I want to get big. I want to get big and muscular. And oh no, I want to get lean and shredded because actually I want to get abs. And you end up making worse progress just because of the content you consume. Sure, it's good if you have one guy who teaches you how to lift better, how to do better in your technique. But genuinely, I feel like all of this is fluff. If you just keep training for 10 years and you slowly learn and you slowly start to do the things you enjoy, you will build the dream physique that you actually want. You need to just cut out some of the fluff. so that you actually enjoy it. Because my philosophy around training is honestly just optimizing for fun, optimizing for sustainability, right? Gym isn't hard for me anymore. Gym hasn't been hard for me for the past 2 years because I just enjoy it. It's just something I like to do, right? I choose the exercise I make friends in the gym, and I choose the style of training I enjoy. And because I enjoy it, that means I am very sustainable in it. I keep going. I don't stop. It's a core part of my identity. If you start to if you're just consuming all this content, feeling shit about yourself, you're going to quit, you're going to burn out. Something bad's going to happen eventually because of this, because you're driven by just the pure results and always comparing yourself to someone who's better than you. So what I would recommend is, honestly, this is a general tip, but just start to stop following so many of these influencers. Stop following so many fitness influencers. Stop consuming so much content in general, right? And the best tip which I have found for this is genuinely just keeping your phone away from you, physically away from you, right? In a different room, in a different place. Put it away and away from your bedroom, away from everything. And look, because it's just fucking you up, right? It is the phone, it is the thing that's making you kind of depressed. So just remember, I want you to train hard and get insane results, but do it in an enjoyable way, right? Because if you hate the process, if you hate everything, and your mental health is terrible, then honestly, what's even the point, right? So if you want even more about how to actually start to enjoy the gym, how to get super consistent workout routines, everything, especially for you skinny Asian guys, I have more in the top link in the description below. Have a look at that. Thank you for watching. And start to realize, stop following so many fitness influencers. Thank you.